Hey guys, this is Jimmy from Primer at His Best. I'm fixing to go to the backyard here. I'm going to show you what I got for my 1984 Chevy C10 truck left turn bill. But in the meantime, I seen this and I told my wife, Mrs. PIB, that we had just a little over 2 inches of rain again yesterday. I live in East Tennessee, and we had 5 inches the other day, a day or two ago. We had 2 inches last night. Today is the only day, as far as I know, that it's not supposed to rain, or they got a 20% chance. And as muggy and as sticky as it is, it feels like we might get more. Ours normally comes in the afternoon. But anyway, that's just part of living. If you think about moving to East Tennessee, think about you're going to have especially if you're from out west where they don't get any rain very much, from what I've been told. I've never been out west, but I'd like to one day, but I don't know if that day will ever come. As you can see, this is still, my yard is still healing from where, I don't know, about a year and a half ago, I was driving Billy James up through here to the driveway here. I was going to play with it for a while, and it had rained, and I got stuck. Y'all can watch that video if you type in. I'd say if you go to my, Primer at His Best search, you can type in, I don't know, 1978 Chevy C10 truck, Billy James. It's just about filled in, but not quite. Still working on it. The bushes, this yard is still drenched, and I need to trim shrubs, but I don't want to get electrocuted, so there's always another day. Might be from that, I don't know, mowing. I seen somebody on Marketplace, on Facebook, that were saying, that they've just about given up on keeping the yard mowed and washing their car or truck. And I'm about the same way. It's hard to mow the yard yesterday, and you can hardly tell it. I mean, it's already grown quite a bit since yesterday. I mean, I have mostly weeds. I don't have I'm glad to have the weeds. Let's get on the story today for today's video. I have some door mirrors. These are used. Come with all the screws and such. 2 of them. And in the pictures, I got these on Marketplace. Sometimes I get lucky on Marketplace. It comes with the door gaskets as well. Got to keep up this Allen wrench, because these have the Allen head screws in them. But in the pictures, it looked like some of the chrome was missing, and I thought, hey, that's perfect for this truck or this truck. But this one's got the big mirrors on it. I've got some better mirrors for this. If I ever get time, I'll play with this one some, but I'd really like them to be in the front yard. But anyway, I'm going to swap these mirrors, because this one is this is the best mirror I had, and it's junk. This is about as tight as I can get it, and it's just kind of junk. I'm hoping I can do all this without breaking anything. I really would like to put these on Tyler, the 85 C10 truck. You know, it's got these mirrors like this too on it, but I just don't want to have any holes in the door, you know what I mean? So I guess for now, I mean, I'm going to save my mirrors. That's how I wound up with them, because I saved them. I looked on eBay Motors just now. Mirrors like this for a pair is $130. So I gave $50 for these. And like I said, I thought in the picture it looked like the chrome was missing. You know, a lot of it had peeled off, and that's perfect for me. These are actually way too nice for this truck. But I have them, and I'm going to use them. Otherwise, I'll set them down and forget where they're at. So let me climb in here. I've connected the battery. Dadgummit, I forgot to get the key out though. I sure don't want to be digging around for a key. And after I get in here, let's see what I got here. Nope, there it is. I set it on the hood, didn't I? Go big orange. I'm not into ball games very much. To be honest with you, my wife and I, neither one are. I'll watch them. I used to play football and stuff when I was younger, but I like playing. I'm not really much up on watching. I don't know who's on what team anymore. Nothing. I'm trying to just focus on trucks. I hope I got a good battery connection. Yep. That door mirror looks pretty good. I think that's the one that was on here to begin with. It had a door mirror. Let me say again. This door mirror was like the one over here, but it was broke, had a big hole in it, and you could spin it around with your finger. But man, is it hot in here? Golly bum. Let it warm up for just a minute, and we'll back it up, and hopefully I'll have enough sense to put that new mirror on without messing up too much. I'll probably need a new rear view mirror too. That one's awful hazy, but it'll do, I guess. It'll have to. I think I have a better one somewhere though, if I can just remember to look. I'm hoping I don't get stuck in the yard. The trick is to keep moving. I think that's the trick anyway. I know one thing, it is hot, 30. It must be the humidity here in East Tennessee is pretty bad. Yeah, see, I thought the chrome was in worse shape on the mirrors I just bought. See how this is kind of, I don't know, kind of speckledy looking, where the chrome's starting to kind of, I like that look. I really do. And this is the original mirror on this truck. See, there's no hole or nothing. But let's see if I can get this other mirror off. And maybe I can put this other one on and it'll work. I didn't bring a drill or nothing. I had intended on pulling this out to the front yard and working on it there, but it's just too muddy, and I hate to get stuck. I'm by myself right now. Mrs. PIB has gone over to her friend's house. If you watched the other video I made, oh, and I gotta get that door out. If you watched the other video I made about, oh, my wife's, I'm sorry guys, I went blank. My wife's friend, my wife's best friend from California. They're both from California. And it just so happens they live a few miles from each other. Well, my wife's best friend's husband's mother passed away. So she's gone now. She had a massive heart attack all of a sudden. So my wife went over there to help clean out her mother-in-law's house, you know, to get it ready to, I don't know, somebody's moving in it. I'm not sure. I don't know the circumstances, and I'm not going to get into all that. It really don't matter to me one way or the other. But my wife's went over there to help her because her best friend helped her a lot with my wife's mother, who is in a nursing facility. So, got that out of the way. My point is, I'm here by myself. Let me look here real quick. There was something else. No, must be on that side. I'll have to get it later. But anyway, I'll have to move this truck out of the way. There's a lot to do, guys. So I'll probably have to have two hands to do all this. And I'm hoping that this mirror will work on here. This one is a Phillips head. Hey, let me just get both hands. I can get done a whole lot quicker. Hang in there with me, guys, and we'll see what it looks like. Well, guys, I got the mirrors on, and you wouldn't believe how long it took me to do it. Oh, my goodness. Little jobs like this that should be, what, 10 minutes tops, has took me way, way over an hour. I took my old mirrors off, including, yeah, this one. But I'm going to keep these because that's why I had one to put on left turn bill to begin with. If you watch the earlier videos when this thing was over at GM 1038's garage, Brian, his name is Brian, when it was still a 6-cylinder, 3-speed in the floor, and didn't look like this. It had that old mirror on here that you could spin it with your finger. It was just broke. I don't know how left turn bill or Mrs. Left Turn Bill broke it, but it was broke. So luckily, there's times being a parts hoarder is a good thing. So now I have these two. This one's not bad. This is the original one that was on left turn bill, or at least on the driver's side. At least that's what I took off of it. I believe it's the original one. But the bases, the mounting bracket and the bases were different. So I had to use this old rubber one because the new rubber one, and I had to use the old, shoot, dang, that's hot. It's hot out here. I had to use this rubber because there's a big old spot here that had not been rattle can painted and penetroled. I mean, you probably wouldn't have noticed it if I cleaned it up, but I thought it's just easier if I just use the old base and the old rubber piece. But see, the mirror looks really, I don't want to move them a whole lot. For one thing, it's hot. But the other thing is, once you start moving them a whole bunch, they start kind of getting loose. I mean, they're not, you know, they get loose after wear, moving them around a bunch. So I don't want to move it. I got it where I think, I believe it's pretty close to being where I need it. And I done the other one too. Changed this one out just to kind of make it match. There's fingerprints, and I had to use the old rubber piece here too. So it took me a lot longer than what I ever imagined. This thing, they should clean up really nice. I mean, I'm just kind of rubbing my finger. And I asked the old boy that I got these mirrors from on Marketplace. The strange thing is, I asked him about a week ago. They was on Marketplace for sale for $50, including, you know, the base and, you know, the rubber pieces and all that kind of stuff. And it took him about a week and a half to respond. I said, I'm interested in your mirrors. And I said, would you like to meet someplace? You know, he lived a pretty good distance from me. And I said, do you ever come, you know, anywhere near where I live? And he texted back and said yes. And I said, well, can I have your phone number and I'll call you and we'll set up a meeting time and I'll tell you what I'm driving and blah, blah, blah. And never did hear nothing back. So I texted him a couple more times and I said, if you have any more C10 parts, please let me know. I'd be interested, you know, square body parts. I said, I'm kind of into that these days. And never did hear nothing. So a week and a half or so, maybe a little bit longer, went by. And I to be honest with you, I just kind of gave up on it and forgot about it. So all of a sudden, got a text, you know, message, and said, I can meet you at such and such place at such and such time, which is not too far from where I live, you know, probably about 10 miles or so. And I said, well, okay. And I told him what we'd be driving, my wife and I, and told me what he'd be driving, and I was there on time, and he was too. So I don't know. It's kind of strange, you know, he wouldn't answer the phone or nothing. I don't know what the deal was with it, or like I said, I don't know. But anyway, I got these mirrors on. Sorry. See how I get. But they took me a long time. I had to go in the house, I don't know how many times. This screw, I don't know if you can see it, I'm not going to move the mirrors much, but this is not the right screw. But I had to find one that would actually work in the base. I couldn't use the ones that came with the mirrors, but this is fine. Like I said before, if this was a show truck, perfect, perfect truck, not a scratch, not a blemish, 10 miles on it, original, whatever, I'd be freaking out. But on this kind of stuff, I'm not freaking. I don't care as long as it works, and it looks good. So now I got two matching mirrors that look just about, well, yeah, they look the same. I mean, the chrome. And the other one, like I said, I don't know if I told you, but it was kind of wobbly. Now it's tight, and it looks pretty good. So I'd like to show you what I was doing and what kind of troubles I had, but you just have to trust me. It was all a matter of screws and sizes. So I just had to figure it out for myself and go in the house about 4 or 5 times to find screws. I used to work in a factory. Well, I have most all my life worked in factories. So a lot of times, like when they tear down a machine or a robot or something, they would, be an obsolete robot or obsolete machine that, a lot of factories, they'll run something till they can't get parts for it no more. Then out it goes to the scrapyard. And anyway, getting to the point, I was one of those top people because I would pick up they would push everything in a big pile, throw it all away. And I'm talking about washers, screws, bolts, nuts, lock washers, and I know, believe me, I know screws, bolts, nuts, all that kind of stuff, they get stressed, where they're not as tight as they used to be. But this stuff, for what I use them for, is perfect. So I used to go around on my break time, or I'd take a short lunch, and I'd go out with back onto the factory floor, the plant there, and I'd go through picking up bolts, nuts, because they was going to throw them away anyway. So they said I could, of course I asked, they said I could have them. So I done that, and I'd have a big bag full of bolts and nuts. I'd go put them in my truck and, bring them home, and I'd put them in a bin or whatever in case I needed one, because bolts and nuts and stuff like that are pretty expensive, especially if you count your time and gas having to go get them. So that's what I done. I mean, I got a big bunch of bolts and nuts and stuff over the years. And I used to do that when I was a welder too. I used to work at a facility that made petroleum tankers. And well, I worked at a bunch of places where I was a welder. I'll just leave it at that. And I worked there, and like when everybody got done toward the end of the shift, you'd have to sweep up, leave the next shift a good clean work area to start out in, so they could make their own mess. So I would let me get this over here and out of the sun. Anyway, so I would go around and pick up welding tips, the copper welding tips, and because they would just throw them away. And I asked them, could I have them? And they said yeah, because they was throwing them in the trash can. So once again, short lunch or short break or no break, and that's when our two boys were living at home. And I'd pick up welding tips. I'd save them for a year, and then when my wife and I and our two boys went on vacation, I would take them to a recycling center, and whatever the amount came to, I'd divide it in half by 2, because we had 2 boys, and I would give each of them one half. Most of the time, it'd come to $200 or $300 over a year's time. Now this is over a year's time. I'd pick up brass, and copper welding tips, like I said. Anyway, it would amount, over a year's time to quite a bit of money, a couple of $100, whatever. So my wife and I would take them to go get their school clothes. Now, when we were buying their school clothes, they wanted this and this and this and this and this and this and this. But when I said, okay, here's the allotted money that you're going to have to spend on your school clothes, I said, now I'll help a little bit. But I was trying to get them to make good judgment calls. So we'd go, I noticed when they had money in their pocket and they were looking for clothes or school shoes or whatever, they didn't go without, believe me. They did not go without. But I noticed there's a whole lot more selective when it's their money. And I remember one of our boys in particular, I've always told him, I said, we could go to a funeral home and you'd find something in there you just had to have, buy. Anyway, but when it come to him spending his money, and when he's out of money, then they got a whole lot more selective. And I'd always say, okay, are you sure you want this? Because if we go to another store, you might find something better. I'm not saying you will, but there's a chance. So they'd say, I'll just wait. If we come back to this store again, I'll get this if I don't find something else. Otherwise, they'd have had, 4 pairs of shoes, 18 pairs of pants, 42 shirts. I'm just exaggerating, but my point is they got a whole lot more selective. So that's why I done that, trying to teach them things that money doesn't grow on trees, or at least I haven't found any trees that's got any money on it, or I'd be shinnying up to get it. Anyway, and I'm sorry, I don't know how I got off on that. Please forgive me. I talk to y'all like y'all's my friends. So anyway, thanks for watching. Let me know what you think about I don't know how I got off on that. Oh, the screws and the bolts. That's how. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think about the door mirrors. Like I said, they're $130 on eBay Motors. I don't know if you can find them cheaper, but that was with free shipping. So to me, those look really, really good. And of course, this is the best one of the bunch. This was the one that was on the driver's side. And normally I don't mind chrome peeling off and stuff, but you can see the difference. Oh my goodness, what a huge difference. And this old truck, it's, that's that's kind of icing on the cake for this old truck, because this old truck's just an old shop truck, patina truck kind of deal, and that's what I'm kind of into. I was beating and banging on one of the brackets on the hood a while ago, and I thought to myself, I said, if you had that 71 Chevelle Super Sport or that 66 Chevy El Camino or one of them 62 Impalas that you had years ago that was perfect, you wouldn't be banging on the hood. But that's another reason, like I say, I like this kind of stuff. I can have fun with it. It's a workbench. It's whatever you want it to be. And I can still sleep good at night knowing there's no scratches, or if there is one, hey, you had a bunch already. Good grief. I used to be into that so much and worry about things. But anyway, you're watching Primer Is Best. Thank you for listening to an old man talk to y'all like your best friends with me. And I think that you are. If you're a subscriber and you've left comments, you're one of my top-notch friends, and I appreciate it. I also want to thank you again for all the prayers and all the wonderful comments y'all's left for my wife and myself, and for my mother-in-law who's in a nursing home. I won't get into all that, guys, but she's having a tough way. And, you kind of hope. She's 94, and she's having a tough time, a tough way. And I just kind of asked the Lord I asked the Lord a while ago, actually. I said, if you could have mercy on her, and, if it's her time, please go ahead and take her. Maybe I shouldn't be saying this, but this is the way I feel. Just go ahead and take her and let her go in her sleep or whatever, and wake up standing in front of the Lord. So Only the Lord knows everything, and I don't know anything. I'm just praying and hoping that everything goes really well for her, because she's a good person, and I just hate to see someone go through all that she's been going through. Another thing I want to thank you for is for the videos y'all have sent. If you have a no car or no truck that you'd like to send to me to put on my YouTube channel, Primer This Best for free. I'm tired, guys. If you'd like me to put a video up of your car or truck for free, that's what I was trying to say, for free on my YouTube channel, Primer This Best. It's called PIB's Subscriber Rides. Send me a video. It don't have to be a pretty car. It don't have to be a pretty truck. It could be a project. Ones you're thinking about starting, or one of those videos, should I buy this? What do y'all think? Or, just whatever. It doesn't have to be pretty. Send me a video, 2 or 3 minutes long, to primerthisbest@comcast.net. Facebook Messenger, Primer This Best, or Instagram Messenger, Primer This Best. I'll put it on my YouTube channel, and just make it 2 or 3 minutes long. If it has to be longer than that, just stop the video and send me, one video, then 2 videos. And my wife's smarter than I am. She can put them all together to make one video, like 8 minutes long, if you want it to be. Just send, little sections, so it will go through to me. Primer This Best at Comcast.net, Facebook Messenger, Primer This Best, or Instagram Messenger, Primer This Best. I'll be happy to put it on my YouTube channel absolutely for free. You can show your family and friends, or your ex, whatever your ex may be, ex-husband, ex-wife, ex-boyfriend, girlfriend. I don't know what your situation is, but it's a lot of fun, and I've had a lot of people, the ones that have sent me videos, thank you, God bless you, thank you. I'm trying to keep this channel going, and I can't believe I'm able to do this today, just playing with an old truck for just a few minutes. Well, it's way past a few minutes, isn't it? But thank you for all the videos, all the well wishes, for the prayers, and the Lord hears you, and I'm saying to y'all, thank you so very much for everything that y'all have done for my wife and myself. I can't believe there's so many good people on this channel that have such big hearts. And my wife and I just about cry. We have several times at some of the comments y'all have made. Oh my goodness. It's overwhelming what good folks I have on this channel. And I hope that if you're not a subscriber, I hope that you will subscribe to Primer This Best on YouTube. And let me mention this real quick. I've noticed other people mentioning this too. That would you please check and make sure that you are still subscribed to my channel, Primer This Best and Man on a Budget, please, because I've been losing subscribers, and someone else was complaining about that too, that they were losing subscribers, and they were asking their audience, their subscribers, to check to make sure that YouTube hadn't accidentally, or however that works, unsubscribed you without you knowing it. If you would check, I would appreciate it. It means a lot to us. I'll gain 2 or 3 subscribers, and then I'll lose 3 or 4. I don't understand it. It's just all the roll of the dice, I guess. I really don't know. But thanks again, guys. I've talked long enough. I've got to get busy. It's hotter than blue blazes out here. Thank you for watching an old man talk about 2 mirrors for however long this video is. God bless each and every one of y'all. The Lord is good. The Lord is great. And He has watched over my wife and myself and my family and friends. And I'm hoping that He is watching over you too. He's an awesome God. And He won't put on you more than you can bear. So if you're going through a hard time, hey, if you're going through a hard time, let me know. I'll pray for you. You'd be surprised how many YouTube subscribers that my wife and I pray for every day and mention them by name. We mention you by name. So the Lord knows you. So hopefully it's working good for you as well. God bless y'all. Y'all have a blessed day today. I surely am. I'm just glad to be home for a change. And I'll catch y'all in the next video, okay? Don't forget to subscribe. See y'all later.